This Liberty Sports Update is brought to you by Beacon Credit Union.
AGG, you got the record now. Any pressure come off at that point, or is it just nice to have that? I mean, tell me about the feelings here a couple days later.
It was pretty cool at first, It was just exciting, just to go into the game, just to know I could possibly have the record. Once I got it, it's just kind of surreal. It's just to be able to see all the hard work has paid off, Since I've been here, right now I guess it's just I just feel normal, Hopefully I could build on top of it as the year goes.
You said that you were able to get the ball back from the referee, right?
I was, yeah. I told him, I don't know if y'all could see it, but I went up and talked to him right after the play. I was like, this is the record scoring ball. I kind of need this back. So he looked at it. He's like, okay, I got you. So he told me what initials were on it and everything, and they went and got it from the back of the end zone.
For both of you guys, Coach Freeze said that the offensive output could have been a lot better here this past week as far as points scored. For both of you, Buck, I'll start with you. Where did you guys leave some points out on the board this past Saturday?
Well, obviously, the first points we left on the field was when we got down to the 2-yard line and tried to run the ball in, and I fumbled, and they picked it up. Obviously, a turnover, so that's something that I got to work on. Ball security. Definitely left some bigger plays, double moves left out on the field. Guys running open deep that I couldn't quite connect with or see. So I had to, get my eyes off of it. But, he's right. After watching the film, we definitely left multiple touchdowns on the field.
For both of you guys, last few weeks, you guys have really gone away from warp speed to slowing the game down to give the defense some breaks. How much of a difference is that from the way you guys were training during spring and training camp to now making sure you guys give the defense as much rest as possible by slowing the tempo down?
We can definitely still go warp speed, but I think it helps everybody out, just to get that little breather in, be able to slow down the game and run off some clock, when we need to. So it's kind of helped out a lot. I feel like I personally like it a little bit. I get to get that breather and feel fresh for the next play, but I just love doing it. Get to run out that clock, when we're up.
Yeah, I think it's a relief. Not always just going as fast as we can. Especially for me, when we go that fast, sometimes I can't really get a good look at what the defense is in or what they lined up in. So, slowing it down gives me a better picture of the defense. And then, like we said, we want to get the defense. We know they could get a bunch of stops, but we want to be able to hold the ball as much as possible, have the time of possession in our hands for the most part of the game. So when our defense does go out and get those stops, we'll just keep chewing off parts of the clock and eventually run it down.
You guys played there last year in Las Cruces. It was the second of a back-to-back trip to New Mexico. Any difference this year with only having to make one trip out there? And what do you guys remember from last year's game that you think you can improve on going into this year?
I feel like it would be better for our bodies. There's there will still be a lot of hydration this week, but it was just a lot of different things that we had to do preparing for both games, going back and forth. The plane ride takes a lot of hydration out of you. It makes us kind of dehydrated. And then, just going into those elevations was kind of different too. So for us being here this week, and just now we could just prepare for 1 week and then we can go out there. So I feel like it'll be a lot better.
Definitely. The hydration part is going to be a big factor. Got to stay healthy. Got to be mentally prepared to be able to go into that type of elevation, like he said, and, not think about it, but then again, have the hydrations in your body so that you don't really feel it. So I think taking away from last year, it's a pretty good game. They're a solid team, so like we said, we can't really just overlook them, and, we got to take them serious and take them one game at a time.
You were a lot more elusive in the pocket Saturday night. Is that something you've been working on, since this offseason or anything?
It's just something that if I feel like I have to do, then I try my best to do it to get the best play out of the play. So, Coach Austin does a great job with my footwork, and then, when that breaks down, it's just up to me to make a good play and get out the pocket and find the receivers.
Do you guys feel like that the game out there last year is one that you guys kind of let get away? And is it does it mean a little more to you going out there this year to try to get that one back, so to speak?
Yeah, for sure. It was a close game last year, kind of let it slip away towards the end, but we beat them the second game, but I feel like we should have beat them both games last year. So hopefully we come into this year, beat them the first and the second game.
Yeah, same mindset. We just got to have the mentality, the dog mentality, to know that once we go out there and step on the field, we don't have to worry about last year. Just play it one play at a time, don't blink, and attack the game, and I think we'll be ready to go.
Buck, for you, you're closing in on 10,000 passing yards. You guys both talked about breaking records when you came here. I mean, when you think about that, I mean, just another feather in the cap, I guess. How does it feel?
It feels great. That's what my job is to do, to get the receivers the ball. They did a great job, extending plays for me, getting me extra yards. So, 10,000 yards, it's exciting. It's good to know. Definitely not where I want it to be when I'm done. I want to have that a little more above 10,000 or, however more I could get. But, I don't think about stuff like that. I just let the game come to me, and then after it happens, and then celebrate after that.
Noah Frith gets on the field this past week, another big-bodied receiver. How much have you kind of taken him under your wing? And now you're an old vet. How much do you see yourself as kind of a mentor to some of these younger guys?
Oh man, you make me feel like an old man. He came in on his visits. He's a Georgia guy, so we kind of got linked up immediately. Before he even committed, and since he's been here, he's worked so hard. So kind of been easy for me, just to bring him in, just talk to him, because he does whatever he needs to, to succeed. So it was exciting to be able to get him back on the field. This is good to see. I'm excited for him. I can't wait for him to, be full stride.
What does getting Noah back in the wide receiver core do to help expand this offense for both of you?
As that extra sense of depth in our room, he brings a lot to the table. A very talented kid, so just got to find ways to get him the ball.
I think it expands our outside receivers because, Shaw's is more of a fast, quick, explosive guy, and AGG is all around. But when we have another tall outside receiver that could, be a deep threat down the field and then, handle all the outside routes, definitely plays a big part, because once you, start looking double teaming AGG, or then they come up and press him, or they leave him one-on-one on a shorter cornerback, then we could start using him to, attack the other parts of leverages of the field. And, I just think having another big body out there is a key success for our offense.
For both of you, any particular thoughts Brett Favre shared with y'all last Friday when you met him?
Not that I can remember. He was just honestly, we didn't really talk too much football. He's just like a cool, normal dude. He reminds me of like somebody's dad. I mean, he is somebody's dad, but it's just like it was just how you see guys like that. You see them on TV. You just think about them. When you watch it, like, I wonder what they're like. In real life. But he was like, he's a cool country guy. That's what he was.
Definitely doesn't show doesn't brag about, if you didn't know about the game of football and you met him, you probably wouldn't even know he played football, was in the Hall of Fame, because he's just that humble guy. He's just all around like a great dude. Even just the few minutes we had to talk to him, wasn't bragging about him. It was more about other people around him, man. That was really cool to see, and a good chance to meet him.
Yeah, Buck, a lot of people call you a gunslinger. I mean, it was kind of fitting that you two would meet each other.
Yeah.
So nothing really that he gave you football-wise that...
Not really. I mean, Coach Freeze and I, with him, we got together and talked for a little bit, but it wasn't really much about football, more about things to do with life, just continuing to push forward and be better than who I am, and just continue to strive to get better.
Last one from me for both you guys, going up against a defense that's given up so much this year in New Mexico State. How do you go in there and just focus on what you guys have to do as opposed to looking so much at what they've done or haven't done?
Yeah, we just have to go through our days just the same, really. Lock in and practice, study our new plays that we have for what their defensive coverages they run. Learn the new plays that we're going to install, and then it really comes down to that same mindset when it comes Saturday, just to be locked in, don't blink, and take care of the football, and I think we'll be pretty good to go.
Oh yeah, basically the same thing. Just come into the week, study hard, just practice hard. Want to be 1-0 at the end of this week. So just come into it like any other game, just ready to work and just not take anything lightly, because just because they have let up points doesn't mean they're not a good team. And they could very well come out and show us something new. So you have to just be locked in and ready.
How much do you guys both welcome the opportunity to go on the road after winning 3 in a row at home? Now you kind of get the chance to show people you can win away from Williams Stadium.
Yeah, definitely. Like we say, we like going on the road. It's definitely a new opportunity to show our abilities, our playmaking skills. We know the environment we're going to be going into, but like we said, once we step on the field, it's no looking back. Like we say, burn the boat behind us. So it's no turning back. And if you don't want to be there, just stay on the dock and don't even board the ship, because once we step on the field, we're going to be ready.
Yeah, basically, going into those hostile environments, it's always different, but it's always a lot of fun too. So we'll go out there, just do what we're supposed to do. Hopefully we can come out with a win. I feel like we kind of owe them one. As last year we went there, they're a very rowdy crowd, so I'm excited.